Hey friends, it's Shon, and today we're talking grocery. You know that thing you swear you just bought yesterday, but somehow your fridge is empty again today? Yeah, that. Groceries are expensive, life is busy, and whether you're shopping for a family, a classroom, or just trying to make it stretch, we could all use a few ways to save. So today, I've got 10 real life tips to help you save money on groceries in 2025. No extreme couponing, no weird hacks, just things that work. So let's jump in. Number one, shop with a list. Let me start with the most basic but most important one. Make a list. Have some impulse control because that part has been very difficult for me in the past. But walking into the store without a plan is like going to Target for one thing, and that's dangerous. Make your list based on what you already have. I just use the Notes app on my phone or ChatGPT and add things during the week as we run out. If I'm feeling really focused, I'll even group them by store sections like produce, snacks, frozen, and so on. So I'm not just like scavenging through aisles because eventually I'm going to find some things that I did not know were in there and I'm going to want to buy them if I'm just walking from aisle to aisle. So it saves time and helps me stay on track and makes me less likely to forget the milk for the third time. Number two, use just one rewards app. We don't have time for 5 different saving apps this year. Pick one and actually use it. I really like Fetch. It's really easy. You just snap a picture of your receipt and it gives you points, and the points add up and you can get extra gift cards. I've gotten some for Chili's. I've gotten a couple for Starbucks, just to give yourself a little treat here and there. And also I like it because even if I do online purchasing, if you hook it up to your email address, it'll go ahead and grab that automatically. So you get extra points without even having to do a lot of extra work. So takes like 30 seconds to download. It's free. Why not? Number three, don't sleep on the store brands. Store brands can be lifesavers, but some things are a no. Like Great Value Parmesan cheese. I don't know why. I get a lot of Great Value stuff when we're in Walmart, but I've tried it and I guess I'm just a craft girl. I don't know. But things like paper plates and foil, canned goods, frozen waffles, store brand works just fine. You could try swapping out one thing at a time and see if your people actually notice. And if nobody says anything, you just saved yourself some dollars. Number four, buy big, but only when it makes sense. Sometimes bigger is cheaper, but sometimes it's not. You can look at the unit price on the shelf tag. That little number tells you the price per ounce of the item. If the big one's a better deal and won't go to waste, grab it. I know some things I used to try to buy in bulk and I would think that this is a good deal, but if half my family doesn't eat that and it just sits in the pantry for 5,000 years, then it really didn't save us any money. So if you don't want to eat a huge bag of snacks in 1 week, you can portion them out into little baggies yourself. I do that with trail mix because Joy loves trail mix. I'll buy a really big bag and a little box of sandwich bags from Dollar Tree for $1 and portion them out for the week. It takes like 5 minutes and it lasts us a long time. So it's win-win. Number five, shop what's in season. Buying produce that's in season saves money and it tastes better. In summer, buy watermelon, peaches, corn, stuff like that. And in fall, buy the apples, the sweet potatoes. And in winter, you can buy more citrus. And you don't really have to memorize anything. Just look around the store. If something is cheap and piled high in the front, that's your sign it's in season. But if you know there's a fruit or something that you really like, you can buy it when it's in season and freeze it, and then you can use it later. I don't do that very often myself, but if you're into it, go for it. Number six, let the sales guide you. Here's a trick. Instead of planning your meals first and then making a grocery list, flip it. Look at the store flyer first or see what's on sale first. I know a lot of times if I see a recipe or something on TikTok or while I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to make that look so good. And I start writing down the ingredients and then I've spent like $40 on ingredients that I'm only going to use like one time, or things that I only need like a tablespoon for and I don't really have anything else I want to put it in. That is so wasteful, you guys. We have to have impulse control. Talking to you and talking to myself is a lot easier when it's not thrown at you all the time. But if you go to the store and there's pasta, buy one, get one free. Make a spaghetti night. If ground beef is on sale, let's have a taco night or whatever, is on sale at the time. Make your plan around what's on sale, not around what you just saw that looked good and now I'm going to go to the store and spend $87,000 on ingredients I'm not going to use. You save money and you avoid that "why is this meal so expensive to make" frustration. Number 7, skip the single serves. Juice boxes and mini chip bags are super convenient, but they cost more per ounce than the full-size version. If you can, get the big bag or bottle and portion it yourself. It saves money, it creates less trash, and lets you control how much you're sending out the door. Even just swapping a few lunchbox items this way makes a difference. So I know one of my kids used to like those Lunchables with the crackers and the ham and the cheese in it. I think that's what it was. And they cost like at this point $1.50 per one, and it's literally like 4 crackers and 4 slices of cheese. You can make that yourself. You can buy a big box of Ritz crackers, a thing of sandwich meat, and some sliced cheese, and make it yourself. And I guarantee it'll save you money because you can make a lot more of them. And also, it just sounds terrible if you really, really sit back and think about it. Number 8, limit store trips. Okay, this one comes with a story. So there was a week when life was doing the most. We had cheer, we had church, we had work, I had errands, and I was tired. So I had made a promise to myself that I was not going to eat out because I was trying to do this health kick and we were going on a cruise, and I was like, no, I have to lose weight, I have to save money, and yes. So I said, I'm just going to swing by the store every other day and grab something real quick because I don't have time to make a big meal. So I'll just go to the store, grab something healthy, get a rotisserie chicken, something out the store real fast, $5, something like that. So I go in the store, get the chicken, and miraculously walked out with the chicken, a family-sized bag of Doritos, some kind of skinny popcorn I saw in a commercial, and like 4 different types of fruit. Because all of a sudden, the kids were like, we want to eat healthy too. So now I got a whole basket full of fruit that nobody's going to eat before it all. Something's going to end up going bad before we eat it. And it sounds like a win, right? But until I got home, I realized I already had a bag of the same popcorn that I just bought. And I just spent $40 trying to be good. So now I do one big grocery trip a week with my list. And there's less temptation, less stress, and less random bags of chips. Number 9, use pickup or delivery strategically. This one has saved me so many times. So when you do pickup, you're able to actually see the total of your food as you're putting it into your phone. You can remove stuff before you check out, and there's no aisle wandering. Like I mentioned before, the aisle wandering that leads to extra snacks and stuff. And when you're tired, that alone is worth the $3 fee. I don't use it every week, but it's a great option when you just don't feel like it. And number 10, try a price tracker if you're into that. This one's optional, but it can be helpful. I will say I don't do this very often, but you can start writing down prices of things you buy all the time, like cereal or eggs or juice, and you'll quickly figure out what's actually a deal and when it's worth stocking up. I don't track everything, but if it's something we go through fast, I do pay attention. That way, when I see it marked down, I know I can grab extra. So, let's run it back. Number 1, shop with a list. Number 2, use only one rewards app. Number 3, store brands are your friend sometimes. Number 4, buy big, but only if it makes sense. Number 5, stick to seasonal produce. Number 6, let the sales guide your meals and not your heart or your eyes. Okay. Talking to myself. Number 7, skip single serves and portion it at home. Number 8, one trip a week. And that counts for all of the little gas station stops and all of the little, yep, I'm one of those too. Stopped at the gas station and got a snack doesn't count. It does. Number 9, use pickup when needed. And number 10, track prices if you're into that kind of thing. Groceries are going to cost money, but they don't have to wreck your whole budget. Every little bit helps, especially when you're feeding a family and fueling full lives. So drop your favorite grocery tip in the comments. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to drop in for more family-friendly content. We'll see you next time.